Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Lonestar Culture. My name is Devin.
Got Isaac.
Is that all we got?
You know what we got? We got back from the holidays is what we got, dude. How was your holidays?
It was good, man. Had the family back for the third year, not consecutively, because they didn't come during 2020, COVID.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice. It was nice. We didn't go to. Oh, so first off, they were supposed to be here for like 2 weeks, but then Southwest cancellations and
Yeah.
due to the weather first, the first like 2 to 3 days were like because of the weather. After that, it was just because how they run their
Their system
their flight
crashed.
system.
Their
Yeah,
whole all of Southwest system crashed. All over the United States. I saw it because
yeah,
where I work, I was dealing with the flights getting canceled left and right, and they were all Southwest.
yeah. It was so they run a point to was it point to point system, whereas most other airlines run um, a hub and a stem.
Yeah.
So they'll have like a few major hubs across the country, and those flights will take them to to their destination point, whatever, and then fly back. Whereas Southwest, point to point, so they run to a place, they pick up from there, drop off, and then they go somewhere else, pick up, drop off. And so if that first flight never takes off, boom, you just cancel those other 2 to 3 flights, right, for
That
the
sounds
day.
like a horrible,
Dude,
like,
downhill
especially for
spiral. I
like,
read up a little bit about it because I was like, okay, I know it's not the after like the third day, I was like, it's obviously not the weather. Other airlines are back up, so
yeah.
yeah, I looked into it a little bit. That's what I read. I don't know if any of you guys in the comment section know more about that. Yeah, feel free to jump in on this and elaborate. Share the knowledge, fam.
Hell, if you were affected by it, let us know because I know I've seen lots of guys they lose money on that. They like I don't know if they reimburse your family at least.
You
Or...
can get reimbursed. So we got reimbursed. We did actually. So we booked through Expedia, the hotel, and I was able to make a call to Expedia. So Expedia is the worst to go through. I would not recommend them because I don't know. Then again, too, look, I'll be honest. When I travel, I don't really book a lot of flights and hotels, so I really can't speak on like dealing with. I don't know really how it works, but it's how it worked for me this time around. So Expedia, if you book through them, if you have any issues with them, you got to call them first. Then they call the hotel, let them know what's going on. The hotel will be like, yeah, that's true. That's adding up on our end. They haven't checked in. So what happened was we didn't check in for a week, obviously, because they were back
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
And when we did, the day that they actually got here, we went into the hotel. We're like, hey, we're supposed to arrive literally last Saturday. We didn't. So actually on Christmas Day, it was Sunday.
Yeah.
We didn't. Now we're checking in a week or 6 days later. Can we get refunded the money for the amount of time that we didn't spend in your hotel?
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, you got to call Expedia to get the process going. They'll contact us and they'll contact you back. And I was like, oh my gosh.
This is you talking to the hotel.
This is me talking to Expedia first,
Okay.
and then they call the hotel.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a process, man. But
Would you say it was better? I've never used a travel agency. Is it a better way to do it or what? Because I always just Google flights. What's the cheapest? Tell me the dates.
I don't know,
And
fam, because to be honest, look, I don't travel too much or as much as like many other people will. So they might have they may have it down already, like, oh, I just go through here, and they have like a 2-3 method point method, and then they're done. But and like if we travel, being from Connecticut, like that tri-state area, we're just going to like Boston, New York. I just drive, or I'll take the train.
Yeah, take this train to Boston where the cheaper flights are at.
We ride for free, active duty. So yeah, that was a hassle, but still, we enjoyed the time nonetheless.
I'm glad to hear
So,
that, man.
yeah,
That's
we
awesome. That's awesome.
Went to New York, took him to the Statue of Liberty, went to the Rockefeller Plaza. Dude, I didn't even know. I thought it was like just like a couple buildings. Bro, it's 19 buildings.
The plaza?
That whole plaza. There's like it stretches like I did not know
Really?
that. I did not know that.
Yeah,
But,
I figured like it'd be like a small like square. I've been to New York, but I've never actually like gone and
yeah,
seen
like yeah,
too
we
far in.
we walked through there when we went with Eddie to the
Did we?
baseball game. But like
I don't remember.
we, you don't remember?
I don't remember us calling out, like, oh, we're in Rockefeller Plaza.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're-
Well,
we're
we
concerned.
walked through, but yeah, we didn't really know.
Yeah, we're looking for the next bar or next drink. Like,
Dos Caminos was nice. Go to Dos Caminos in New York,
Oh,
Times Square,
absolutely.
lovely. Go downstairs, talk to our boy Ricky.
Yeah,
Hook you
yeah,
up with the full
yeah.
shot.
skip the touristy upstairs, a nice little easy music. No. Go
Yeah,
downstairs.
yeah.
It looks like a basement. It's nice.
It's nice. Yep. Don't go to the rooftops. Go to the basement.
Yeah, that's where you want to be.
That's where you want to be. But yeah, man. So that was pretty much the holidays for me. How was it for you?
For me, awesome. Like nice. Like my holidays, I like them most of the time nice and calm. nice and calm. We made a lot of food here at the house. Yeah, I think we mainly focused on, not mainly focus on, but for me, the Christmas presents were the main shebang. I got my brother. I think I found the perfect gift for him. I got a graded Pokemon. I think a base set. I think it was a graded Zapdos, graded 8. Yeah, I don't know. I think it looks freaking awesome, especially seeing it in the nice display and the casing and all that. I just feel like that was like the Christmas present I wanted to get him, and I found it. And I was so me and my wife found it. It was we were so happy.
Where'd you pick that up at?
There's a card shop here at the Foxwoods Casino. For the life of me, I cannot remember this card shop, but it's the only one there.
Where's it at?
It's next to the food plaza, the little food area
where the Regina's and like the Wingstop, that food court over there.
Yeah,
oh wow,
exactly right there.
So yeah, that's
like
an area I hardly ever go.
Yeah, they don't just do Pokemon. They do like all types of trading cards. I saw a Conor McGregor card there for like $5,000. Like, damn. I didn't even know like UFC had their own trading cards. I knew hockey, baseball, basketball.
That's not the first one to pop into my mind, at least. Yeah. Not like boxing or UFC. I could see how they would, but yeah, I had a lot of basketball cards when I was little. I didn't really get into it. Though. I was giving them like
hand-me-downs.
Yeah, like just like, hey, I came across this, or do you want them? And I was like, oh yeah, these are pretty cool. But never was really into like the card collecting or trading, or I don't know. It was too young, and then by the time I got older to probably care enough, like PlayStation. Dude, it was like my whole life.
Right now I'm so scared that like I'm about to send my family back home, the younger kids, some Pokemon cards. I'm gonna send them a big bulk of them. Now none of them are really expensive. I think the most expensive one's like $1, or most expensive thing in there is like some packs, which is whatever. But I'm kind of like like this binder looks nice. It's nothing that is expensive. It's just I made it or organized. It looks really nice. I'm kind of scared that they're just like like bleh. But I think that's just the nature of it. Like you enjoy it, you look back on it, you loved it, but it's not really.
I think it just matters on how well you know your family. If you know that there's like this particular cousin or little brother or sister of mine is gonna take care of this stuff. So
I mean, yeah, that's the whole reason I didn't buy them the expensive stuff either. I mainly focused on buying a good binder that can like actually folding clothes and some good sleeves. So because they live in the ranch, so it's gonna get dirty, and so I just kind of hope that they'll just leave it in their room or just leave it inside a drawer or something when they're not using it.
True.
Out in the ranch, dirt gets everywhere no matter what, especially when it starts raining and all that. It's all over the place.
And I don't know if I could. I like going to visit ranches. Kelly's aunt has a ranch like in Castroville.
Yeah,
it's pretty. I mean,
the farm animals like
a lot of land, some cattle.
Yeah.
But, nothing too crazy, but we went over there for Thanksgiving, and I was just like, golly, like, I don't know. I'm a city slicker, bro. You're so far from everywhere. I'm just like, damn. That's grocery stores, like, it's 10 miles up the road. I'm like, geez, man. Like,
so you never been to the gas station? You ever picked up a bag of chips on a horse?
No, I never.
No.
Did that.
Dude, me and my...
I don't know, does that not make me a true Texan?
I don't know. I mean, Texans, right? We ride horses everywhere. That's what everyone thinks.
That's what everybody
thinks. Ride horses everywhere, shoot guns all over the place.
Or the very naive people that just, you go through the drive-thru with that thing? Shut up.
I've taken the horse to the gas station.
That gas station, you're not helping.
Hey, I mean, we're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, the gas station's there. We didn't have the car. There's like, on the ranch, like 3 cars. Half of them work. One of them's got like no gas. So we're just like, hey, I got $20. Let's go pick up some chips and sodas. Like that's when I was younger.
Yeah.
So we just took the horses. Just take the horses.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, all of you out there in Brookshire, Texas, you probably know what I'm talking about. Brookshire's not getting bigger, but back in the day, it was.
I feel like those little towns are just stuck in time, though. You go back now, and they're probably still the same.
They are right now. So when I went back home recently, Brookshire, everything is still the same. All the same stores, the same roads, the same road signs, everything. But now you got a massive. So they've had the igloo factory. Now they have a massive Goya factory. The beans, the tomatoes, right? There's a massive Domino's headquarters. Like you can see all the brand new roads. It's like this side of the street, you have the old school, the old mom and pop store.
Mm-hmm.
But right across now they're building some kind of headquarters or some big building because there's a lot of land over there.
That is
There's
pretty.
a lot of land.
That is nice to see both sides of it, bro. Because some places they grow out of that, and they never look back. And I
Oh.
think sometimes it's nice to have like, hey, if you go down to this one area of town or of the city, it's literally stuck in like the 60s or 70s. You know,
Or better said, this is a better example. And I've heard of this the most extreme in the more extreme cases in other cities, but in this one in Brookshire's now starting to see it. One side, so there's a freeway. This side of the street, trailer parks, old apartments when my family first came to the United States. Like they've been there for a minute. Complete other side, new buildings, brand new apartments. Like it's insanely different, and all you're doing is just crossing the freeway from one side to the other. It is insanely different.
Yeah, that's nice though. That's nice. But
I mean, it looks nice, but like, what about the people there? What about the people on this side of the street? What's gonna happen?
Eventually, what'll happen? Nature will take its course. They'll get pushed out, moved out, bought out. It's all the same.
Yeah.
You're talking about like moving like the people that were there for
yeah,
so long.
or because
okay.
property's gonna go up right all around them. They're gonna have to.
I mean, it depends, right? I've seen it where they give them such a big offer. It's like, yo, you'd be crazy not to take it.
I mean, yeah.
And yo, you can go and live somewhere else, and Texas is huge, bro.
Yeah, Texas is massive.
Second biggest state in the country.
I just look at it like.
Can you tell I'm proud to be a Texan?
Oh, we're all proud to be Texans. If you're not proud to be a Texan, you're probably not a Texan. Like, I mean,
yeah,
that's what we're known for. Big belt buckles, big personality, right?
Southern hospitality.
Absolutely.
Didn't rehearse that one. Like the way we didn't rehearse to or freaking set up to be matching today. Look at that.
Yeah, that was
I don't know how this happened. We showed up to set and like freaking Shelby, Isaac's wife, was just like, "Oh, yeah, they're matching." And I'm like, "Hey,
oh yeah, cute." I put on the sweater. I was like, "Yo, well, Devin got me this sweater for Christmas." So I was like, "Let me put on my good sweater. It's nice. It's a nice sweater though, dude. This thing it fits me the right way. It's super thick. It's not like a random little sweater you buy at Walmart.
I hate thin hoodies or thin sweaters. Like I like these thick. Like,
yeah,
hey,
this is my first
on. Like you could probably wear this the rest of the day with no jacket and you'd be all right.
No,
well,
yeah,
then
100%.
Again, yeah, unless it's like, of course, freaking blizzard out there. But I'm just saying, like if it's a 30s 40s day, you're good. Throw on the hoodie, throw on the sweater, you're fine.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, let's get it rolling. We got the Liquid Death. It's so funny, real quick, because like I have been wanting this for like such a long time, and I see like so many people up here grab it, and I always say that Target, like as soon as you're about to check out, and I'll be like looking at it, like, damn, should I get that 12-pack? And I'm like, nah,
it's good, man. Like
I haven't tried it. I'll definitely try it.
Like it's just, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's just water, right? But one thing that I like is like their advertisements, how they actually wanted to add it this was done on purpose because people are like, oh, you're drinking alcohol, or
I thought it was. That's the first thing I
drink?
went to was alcohol because of the name and then the design. Like
right?
freaking like, yo, you see this most associated with like some beers or like IPA.
So yeah, so like these ads pay, like this right here is an advertisement. It pays for itself. Right? Yeah. Like what's their brand? Arizona. Arizona doesn't do commercials. Why? Because everyone knows when you walk inside a convenience store, you know what cans are theirs. You know exactly what cans, and you know that signature 99-cent little logo on the can. And that's what keeps it cheap. And these dudes, one, they do this to grab your attention, and two, right, the aluminum can, right? Hey, actually recyclable, right? Probably like water bottles. I forgot. It takes like insane amount of water to create a water bottle, just a standard water bottle, not even like a hydro flask or nothing like that, like a standard plastic water bottle. It takes more water to create that one water bottle.
Damn.
Yeah.
Makes me want a plastic anymore.
Right?
But no, yeah, I'm excited. Thanks for freaking grabbing that. I was like, when I saw you grab it, I was like, yes, finally.
Dude, stuff's awesome.
Get to test drive it. But yeah, let's get this going.
Yeah, man.
We got 2 topics to share with you guys today, so we're pretty excited about that. I have been looking into this one because this guy that I'm about to mention, very controversial dude,
very hot button issue,
turns a lot of heads, and yeah, people don't like him. He's got a lot of enemies, man. But I also feel that he has a real good following too. So you just don't hear those people though. You don't hear like, oh yeah, I watch him until you like get into a conversation, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I watch him too," and you're like, "Oh, you like."
Yeah, no one's gonna be outwardly say like, "Hey, like I'm." No one would like pull out a bumper sticker and put it on in their car, or
Definitely not.
wear a big button.
Definitely not. But yeah, we got two very good, interesting topics for you guys today. Gonna talk about them a little bit and see what you guys think, and we'll share our opinions. And yeah, let's get this going. So I picked the Andrew Tate and
Andrew
Tristan Tate
Tate.
case. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know what happened, I'm gonna give y'all like a little brief summary on what happened. Do you know like a little bit of what happened? Or do you...
I know very little. So I know the gist. I haven't looked into any details though. So I don't know like anything between the I don't know what's actually going on like with the court proceedings, right? Like I know that they recently denied his his appeal.
Mhm.
But also he didn't get arrested in the United States, right? He got arrested in
Bucharest, Romania.
Yeah,
Eastern,
in Romania.
Southeastern European country.
Yeah, so even over there, I know even less. I don't even know how to guess about their judicial system or what they do in times like that.
Yeah, it's. I looked into it a little bit, enough to bring it up here and talk about it and see where it goes from here. Because man, a lot of it you're not getting authentic news. You're getting.
So give us give it to us.
Yeah.
What exactly is?
So here it is. Here it is. A little brief summary. So on December 29th, 2022, Dicot served a search and seized Andrew and Tristan Tate. So Dicot is like the people who's Dicot. Dicot is the prosecutors and policemen, and they're working together, and they went in there and seized him. And do you know the way they found him, or how they found him?
Oh, I heard about that. I heard about. Is it true though? Is it true that that's how they found him?
I guess so.
Here,
man.
let these guys know. Let's let them know how they found this man.
No, yeah, because I was just scrolling Twitter a couple of days ago, and they were just like, "Oh man, like they found this guy due to his pizza bots," and they were like, "I was like, yo, that's something straight up out of a movie. Like, yo, based on his pizza bots right there, we know where he's at."
No, but I mean,
like,
but that's a legitimate strategy. If you know that that's like a local mom and pop shop,
ain't gonna
it's
lie,
very easy to just look it up. Okay, now we know it's in this general area.
Just like this, right?
Hey, chill.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's already been on the. Hey, go ahead. They make some awesome sandwiches. I absolutely love their breakfast.
They do, but yeah, like a place like this, they're down the street.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yo, okay, well, they got to be somewhere on this road.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that. I get that. So, anyways, they served a search, and they were able to detain. Basically, what they do is they're able to detain the suspects and gather evidence to hold them for the 30 days, and that's what they're doing right now. It's like a pretrial, I guess, hold.
But on what though? What do they have him in there
on
for?
the charges?
Yeah.
So here's are the official charges that they are assuming that they did. Because honestly, I think I pressed the button. All right.
There you
go. So the charges are human trafficking, grape, and participating in organized criminal activities. That last one very broad, dog. Like.
Well, is the last one in? So all three of these are a lot to process. Hold on. My question is like the first one, human trafficking. How? Like, what is the like?
Okay, so aside from what I have laid out, I looked up a little quick story. So let's rewind back to April, April of 22, right? They got searched. And it was on the compound, because like, and I say compound because like they have a piece of land with like multiple houses or buildings on. It's crazy. Okay. So on their compound, yeah. Real quick story. There was this chick that was just there partying. They had a party on the compound.
Yeah.
Probably inside one of the houses. And she gets a call from her dude saying like, "Hey, where are you?" They're probably sharing locations or whatever. I don't know. Or maybe he just asked like, "Hey, where are you at?"
Yeah.
It's late, whatever. And instead of telling him the truth and like, "Yo, I'm out at the Tate's house. I'm out doing this, that, whatever," she lies and said, "Oh, I'm being held against my will." I'm like,
wait, how do you know she's lying though?
I'll get to that.
Okay.
So
I'm just trying to break down what's.
Yeah. Sorry. So I did jump. So instead of telling the truth, she lies about it and says, "Oh, I'm being held against my will."
Yeah.
So, of course, the boyfriend gets mad, calls the police. They go over there. They go inside, by that time they get there, the party's already over, right?
Yeah.
It's already like everybody's left, or majority of people have left. It's already died down. So the Tates, knowing that they have like people against them and they can get outed in so many ways, because when you're at the top, most people are trying to reach and grab for you. It's normally what happens.
Yeah.
Especially if you got enemies, right? So they check their camera footage, and it turns out that this chick, she was there partying, drinking, having a grand old time.
Yeah.
She leaves to go get pizza, comes back with the pizza bots, and stays around. Like, what? Tell me, how are you able to leave if you're held against your will, and how do you not want to be there if you come back?
Yeah. No, I definitely see that. So I'm just trying to process, like, so is that the only instance on how they're trying to get him for human trafficking?
That was like the first incident that happened that I know of.
Okay.
So yeah, and that's probably like the only way you're safe nowadays is camera footage. And even then, as a dude, you're still gonna be like, you still have to worry about like, well, witnesses, and people can get paid to rat you out, dog.
Well, not even that. So like, so let's take it away from a big celebrity, because he is a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether
very well known.
Whether you don't like him or you do, he's a celebrity, right? Everyone knows his name.
Yeah.
He's actually one of the top Google searches of for
of
a
this
long
year,
time.
of this year too, especially like super hit it
Yeah.
big in 2022.
But let's take it from that to the college students, man. I've seen so many stories about this. It's horrible. About college students, having grape accusations from other students there. And immediately there's one case, I wish I remember the story of this gentleman. But this guy, he was playing football for that college. Everything was going great. At this party, this girl accused him of that. And with that, they immediately took away his scholarship, kicked him out of the school, and he was arrested.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's
and
such
he
a
had to
big
fight it.
accusation.
And even after it was proven in court that she was lying, she lied about everything, she was guilty, they charged her with it. With I forgot what they charged her with, but they charged her, his lawyers. He still lost everything. He couldn't get back that scholarship. He didn't get nothing. His reputation, it's tainted. It's forever. Even if he goes to another job, even though it was proven in court that he is innocent,
yep,
it'll always be there.
Yeah, because he has it's on record. You have somewhat of a history of like, okay, well, he's around, females enough to have this happen to him.
It's horrible. It's horrible for the people that it does happen to, because now it creates that thing of like, okay, well, I don't believe her now. Well, it's like, well, damn, like, what if it actually did happen to that person? And not even just her. It can happen to a guy, too. People forget about that, too. It's like, if it happens to them and they say, like, hey, this happened to me, it's going to make it harder for you to believe them.
Yeah, definitely. You're always going to be like, well, and there's always going to be people that already play both sides. And then when that happens to you, you're definitely not going to have that in your favor.
Yeah, or even, like, let's say you come up to, God forbid, you come up to me. But not even that, but you come to me about an issue and I start, let's say, like, you're having, you need help with some cash.
Yeah.
Right? And I start I start just poking questions. Well, why? Why'd you put yourself in this situation? What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, am I going to get my money back?
Mm-hmm.
I just keep asking those questions. It's probably going to deter you from ever asking for help ever again. Like, oh, no, last time I asked help, I had a million questions. I feel like crap now.
At least with that person, because let's face it, like, people are going to, if you're constantly doing that, right, you're going to just find a way and weasel your way to ask different people or different time. I had a buddy that did that back in the day too.
Yeah.
He would just like, hey, can I borrow like so much? Or hey, can I get this meal and I'll pay you back or whatever. I don't care. But
all right. So either way, so that's that first. I guess we'll call it accusation right now. The second one was, what was that?
Well, crazy though, right? Like, yeah, I want to finish up on that. So they get her for lying, then they dismiss it, right? Okay, they squash it, but
yeah,
it just goes to show, like I was saying earlier, you really only have like video footage to protect you now. So like, for all those men out there, yeah, be careful, dog. Like, legit have some cameras out. You got to.
At least go to if you're gonna go out to a bar or club, at least go to a place that has cameras. At least I've seen plenty of bars that have at least cameras during the bar side, because that's usually where like the rowdy drunk people will cause trouble. Yeah. So if anything, that's probably the best place to
for sure. So that was the first like incident back in April. And really, so Dicot, when they picked them up, right?
Yeah.
They immediately Romania wanted to keep them for 30 days because the Tates, they're able to leave. They're mobile. They worked hard enough to be in the position where they can't be held down to really like one place. Like they got a place in Dubai. Pretty sure they can go all over the U.S.
Yeah.
Like they got money. They got real money. So yeah, and it gets better. So we're gonna revisit that same chick. So the whole bad thing about this though as well is like these people right now though, like he's under a real bad light, especially now and recently. Like it's actually 2 weeks to today since they went and searched and seized him and his brother. But most people are trying to like clout chase and
everyone's gonna hop on the topic. Everyone's gonna say. A lot of guys, I feel like a lot of people are gonna say some outlandish things, or like, "Oh, I always knew he was this from the beginning."
To make money, yeah, and they're opportunists, man. It's sad, that's the internet, though.
Yeah.
Like, in this day and age, like, nobody's.
They're not gonna try to get the real
looking
story.
for an easy way out to get some money, but I mean that's the world we're living in. So they're in Bucharest right now, and like a lot of people are like spreading a lot of false news information. And
well, how do we know? How do we know it's false so far? If they hasn't been, I guess, convicted.
They haven't yet because they tried to.
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate, right? Because I believe heavy in the innocent until proven guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I hope he didn't do these things because these are some bad stuff here.
They didn't do it, bro. I don't think they did it, but I don't know. That would be interesting to see. If anybody wants to comment, bring it on. Let's do this. We can go back and forth. But I know people probably aren't. Most people, at least, are not sitting down and dissecting this case. Number one, they probably don't have the time to do this, and they don't want to put in the time. And then plus, all the freaking interviews are in that language. Like you're not gonna sit down and translate that.
Yeah, you're gonna wait. If you even are gonna dive into it, you're gonna have to wait till someone else translate it,
and then you got it done, right? So, I mean, I did the research too, and I looked up, and I was like in the comments of like certain videos, and there's a video I want to put out too. It's by Festify. If you want to look this one up, it's the translated version of Andrew Tate's lawyer, Eugen. What's his name? I think it's I don't know his last name. Eugen starts with a V, and you just type in Andrew Tate lawyer breaks silence. Festify. That's the name. But yeah, you can't tell me that these guys are not like.
I mean, definitely there's guys after him.
They're posting a lot of just like bad clips of him saying misogynistic things, but those people probably can't even spell misogynistic, let alone tell you what it means.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm with you on that.
But I don't know. To be honest, though, I don't think he did it. But let's jump into the interview, right? So I looked at the video of the interview.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna hit the points, and then we'll talk about it. So the first thing I just discussed is that Tate's lawyers reviewed a 100-page file only 45 minutes before their clients were detained for the 30 days. They had 45 minutes
to review 100 pages.
100+ page.
Wait, and this is from 100+ page from the
of the
that.
Yeah. So like as of 2 days ago, the lawyer did not have he wasn't able to get the case. Now look, I've had my fair share of criminal activity one time, but immediately my lawyer was able to get the case and read it and be like, hey, okay, this is what's going on with him. So
but that was here in the United States.
That is. But and what a great point that you make. It just shows you, right, like how corrupt it is in other parts of the world.
Well,
the people who have the power, right, are gonna.
Well, it depends.
You're gonna suffer. You're gonna be at the bad end of the. You're gonna get the shit end of the stick.
Well, then where does this whole? Because I keep seeing the memes all over the place about him saying stuff about Greta Thunberg, right, criticizing her, and then like somehow that like tying into leading to the arrest. Or maybe it just happened like right before the arrest. Like,
I don't know. I think they were just. I thought they were just having a back and forth, kind of deal. And when that's how he got caught, right? Was because when he was having the back and forth, that's when like I guess it was like a video, and that's when the
pizza box,
and they're like, "Yo, he's right here.
There he is.
There he is." The next thing is that 2, there are No, sits witnesses in the human trafficking case. The Romanian police have six statements from different women, but the women themselves have not filed any charges.
So they just said, like, hey, this happened
Dude,
to me.
I saw a separate.
This happened to me. This horrible thing happened to me, but I'm not going to press charges.
Saw a separate video, dog. These two women were on Romanian news.
Yeah.
Talking about, I don't know why they are listing us as victims. We are not victims. They just interviewed us and we talked about it, and that was it.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's
second red flag.
Yeah.
Like,
are those two listed in the six accusations against them, or the six statements?
What do you?
Were those two being interviewed part of the six statements against him?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's used as like fuel, right? So it's like, come on, man.
That's interesting.
Yeah, man. Like, obvious, like, this is not looking good for them at all. But it's also making it seem like, yo, man, obviously it's just too obvious to not believe that, somebody in that higher power wants,
well, not even him,
to get them out of the light and
what doesn't have to be a person. It has to be one single person. It just happens to be one person who's in charge. Yeah, and there's a whole influence of people saying, "Hey,
yo,
here's a little,
get rid of these
cash."
Guys. Yeah, get rid of these guys. Make it happen, however way we can.
But why would they want? But why would they want to stop him?
Dude,
I get it. I disagree with a lot of things he says too, but it doesn't make you want to put a hit on the guy.
Man, when you trigger people the right way, and in this day and age, nobody can come up to you and talk to you like as a person anymore. Everybody has to get back in some like very disgusting and just spiteful way. And like you can't talk to anybody anymore, man. No matter what you say, it's actually, and I don't even think it's like really the content of like what's being given to them, but it's how the content is being presented to them.
Yeah, I've had to.
If I were to, and I think this mainly goes for the side that really doesn't like them that much. It's and a lot of you may disagree, but that's fine. Everybody has an opinion, but I really think majority of feminism, women, are and a cluster of a handful of men are probably like, yo, this guy is toxic, he's evil, he's being a bad influence. So are a lot of things, but I think he does speak to a certain degree volumes of truth, man. And I'm behind him. I watch his videos. I watch the Fresh and Fit podcast.
Yeah,
they bring him on, a couple of times.
Well, see, like the Fresh and Fit podcast, like, even though I don't agree with him on a lot of things,
yeah,
you've shown me a lot of the clips. I've seen a lot of the clips from Fresh and Fit podcast, and guess what? I can watch it and enjoy the content there because they're funny as hell there. They do a lot. They do a lot of
truth, man. Yeah. They literally have. They are a living testimony of like, oh, well, you don't know the answer? Why don't you ask women themselves? They literally confront women with like their own, problems and delusion. But like I said, getting back to like how the content is being presented to them.
Yeah.
It's a difference between if I were to tell you like, hey, 1 + 1 is 2 versus 1 + 1 is motherfucking 2, Like they're gonna.
Oh, it's like what?
It's like why do you have to say it like that? Yeah. Like, oh my god. So I think that's why they, I really think it's a hit on this dude, and it's like, yo, let's get him out of the picture, let's get him out the way, and who knows? Like, there's probably a list of people that are like, hey, after them, we're gonna come for these people, and then them, and then them. But nobody is reporting that news though, right? About the two girls that were like, oh, we're not even victims technically, but everybody's gonna believe what they believe, right? And there's no change in their mind, no matter how much facts or information you can throw on a person. If their mind is made up, their mind is made up, and if they're hard headed, they're just gonna not believe you, bro.
Yeah, yeah. For me, it's like. For me, I think the typical example, the thing I always see is the flat earthers. It's like, it's been proven hundreds of thousands of times by not only our space telescopes, people in space, astronauts, or like them themselves disproving themselves. They think it's fake,
man. They think it's a green screen behind them.
But no matter if you have that following, they will follow. They will follow, no matter what like ideology you might have. No matter what, they will follow. Yeah. People don't want to think for themselves. They want someone to go to, no matter what. And I've noticed this a lot of times in my life. Whether they're a good influence or bad influence, they will follow no matter what.
It's crazy, right?
They will. All you need to do is be that one person that says, "Hey, let's do my plan." Not, "Hey, I have a plan." No. Hey, let's do my plan. This is gonna work. That's all you have to do. And you might be dead wrong, and they will do it.
Yeah, you got some people that will follow you
because they don't want to come up. They don't want to be that person in front.
Yeah,
And if anything, a lot of them are scared to. And if something bad happens, well, they don't have the guts to say, I messed up. It's all right. I'll learn from it. I messed up.
that's what I'm saying. They'll hide behind the person though. That's the face of
Like,
that.
no, it wasn't me. It was
Yeah, it was
that.
technically
He was
them.
in charge
Oh
of
my
that.
god, I definitely seen that so many times. Like, look, bro, if you're wrong, you're wrong. Take it, learn from it, and
Yeah.
and grow from it. Don't just sit there and be like, oh man, you know what? Like, I'm too scared to voice my opinion, even though they may have a strong, idea behind it, but like, yo, they're afraid to act on it. But whatever, man. Those are people that are afraid to look you in the eye
Yeah, and that's why I
and
like
speak to you.
that's why like Tate, like I like, even though he says some outlandish things that I think that are outlandish, he sticks with it.
Yeah.
He sticks with it. So it's like I like that person, even though I know they're saying some loony stuff to me. I know what they're about.
Yeah.
Right. Versus that one guy who's just kind of in the back. I don't know what he's doing. Is he plotting? Like, what is he doing? I have no idea. Is he after me?
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
You never know.
But either way, so
yeah, we'll get to the third one. So third one is, in the case of rape, the charges are extrajudicial because two of the women are outside Romania and their testimony comes from a psychological assessment. Yes. Okay. So, and one of those two women, dog, is the woman that accused them of rape back in April. So
the one, the pizza box went up.
The one that lied, because they caught her on video, and it's just like Friday, bro. They caught me stealing boxes.
How are they gonna fire you on a day off?
Just like that, bro. Hey, I was like, yo, and also, as far as the psychological assessment, you're probably thinking like, what? Okay, there's a professional that went and examined them, right?
Yeah.
They have no background on this psychological person that assessed it.
So where did the paper come from? It
was presented to the judge, right? Because this was all done before the 30 days. So the whole point of the 30 days is so that way the Tate brothers don't influence the witnesses, probably like damage the case itself.
Yeah.
And then also, obvious, so that way they don't leave.
Did you ever watch the case between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard?
Oh,
Did you watch it?
Big, but no, I didn't.
Oh my goodness, they brought a psychological professional or something like that. Either way, he's supposed to have some kind of doctorate. This man said the most wild things. They would ask him a question like, "Hey, do you like the color blue?" And his answer would be like, "Well, it all depends on your assessment of the color blue. What kind of hues are we talking about? Because in my interpretation, I think the color blue looks more like purple." That dude went around so weird about his questions and answering, and they brought him on. The Amber Heard team brought him on as a main witness, and it just hurt their team because they're just like, jury, everyone on TV seeing like this crazy guy is like, all right, why would they bring him to represent Amber Heard's team as a witness? Like, it hurt I'm pretty sure, in my eyes, it definitely hurt their reputation in that case. So that's kind of what that's coming to me. But again, like, this is not a U.S. court.
Yeah, it's different. And to be honest, I really don't even know, the law that well. Like, what would happen is kind of like I don't know, case by case, state by state, they all handle it differently.
Yeah, so that's true.
It's very hard to keep up with unless you are a lawyer, judge, or in the law enforcement field, criminal justice field, whatever. I'll quickly move along here. The next one, the Tates were not provided an adequate translator in order to understand their charges.
So they're just there in handcuffs.
They're like, what the hell is going on? And it's not like properly given to them, like what it's for. So yeah, it's hard to prepare for something like that when you don't even know what the hell you're charged with.
Yeah.
So pretty crazy nonetheless. This one was funny. It's in April, with old girl, Pizza Box girl.
Yeah.
The police had seized all of the Tate's electronics, and after 8 months, some of them have still not been returned, and the same electronics have been seized in this time too, like recently in December.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. You're a hardcore IT, more than me. It took their electronics. You're thinking with the capabilities that these guys have, top of the totem pole, they can definitely crack in their stuff. So I really think that they just had their stuff for 8 months.
Well, also, it depends what kind of. It depends, and then seeing Andrew Tate and then him, like the things he said in the beforehand, right? The whole Matrix thing, and him kind of like, already kind of like not preparing, but elaborating on like he's being sought after like that. I don't know if he took his cybersecurity because like in my head, if I was in that kind of situation or like I kind of foresaw something like that about to happen to me, I'd encrypt my hard drives. Encrypt my hard drives. I have an Apple iPhone, so
They
I
probably
don't know
got
if
people
that'll.
for that though. Wouldn't you think? You would think. I would think.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. If he's got the money to fly all over the place and have a different place like that, I'm sure like
He's
having
smart.
having a dedicated team of let's say 2 ITs.
He's a smart individual, bro. I know he's watching his bat, taking care of his
Yeah, I mean that's.
stuff.
I mean to him that's probably pocket change. Hey, here, just take care of my electronics, my cybersecurity,
Yeah.
and boom, here.
They ended up returning them, and I'm giving like a summary of the video with the lawyer. The lawyer's being interviewed
Yeah.
by a woman in Romania, and that's when he broke his silence. But this is basically a summary of everything that happened in this video, where he discussed in this video. So I don't know, man. A lot of this stuff is just, and I'm pretty much coming to a closer. A lot of this stuff is just really strange, like strange and so unfair. And I get it. It's not the United States, but still, it's nonetheless. I think it's like clownery, straight up.
I think it's just sketchy. Not yeah, it's just sketchy. It's kind of like, well, why do you? The whole process about it is sketchy, but also like, what comes to my thinking too is like, why did it take a pizza box to find him? Why didn't they just stop him when he entered the country?
You're talking about later on after all this time, right?
Before that, even before that, like,
Why now?
yeah. What makes the difference between catching him at the airport and their equivalent of the TSA or whatever they have, or a border crossing? Let's say he drove in, or a train station.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's not like he like somehow rucked across the line. I don't even know what the borders over there look like, but it's not like he took like a random boat. I don't even know. Is Romania a landlocked place or what?
Landlocked. Nah, it's around like other lands. Man.
But I'm saying like
geography here.
But what I'm saying either way is like there's so many avenues. It's Andrew to say he's got money, so he probably didn't fucking walk all the way over there. He probably took a plane.
Private.
Yeah. Even with that, there's got to be records of who is coming in and out anyway, unless they're just letting anyone in and out.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where that's my starting point. Is like why. Why not there? Why then?
I don't know. I'm gonna follow it closely. Still.
Yeah, I want to hear about this.
Definitely want to see what the hell happens after the 30 days, man, and what's gonna happen to this dude. Yeah. Disclaimer: I don't agree with everything that he says as well, but for the most part, I think this guy speaks the truth. I think it's an uncomfortable truth for sure, because most people didn't. It depends on your background and also what you've been fed to all these years growing up.
Yeah.
Seeing the changes of the world. I mean, it's a lot. So many people are confused. And that's what it basically brought. And that's why I see now so much confusion on what to believe, how to believe, and I'm trying to be politically correct when I speak to a group of people, and I don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah, I hate that part.
Oh my gosh, it's yeah, you're damn right. You're gonna be uncomfortable with the truth.
Oh, I mean, for me, living in the New England area, it's like I have to speak differently than if I were back in Texas. Tell you, I have to greet people differently here than I would back in Texas. Texas, you walk into the store, hey, how you doing? Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Just loud, hey, I'm here. How are you? Hey, come in, have something to eat.
You're looked
up here, and you're like, to kind of look at you.
Why is he acting so jolly?
Or corporate response. Hey, welcome.
Welcome to Moe's.
Yeah, and then just ignore you for the rest of the time, and kind of like you're bothering them. And it's like
yeah, walk into a Panera Bread, and they're freaking. What do you want to order?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I think it's just the culture up here, bro.
I've thanked people like, especially drive-throughs like late at night or something like that.
Yeah,
and they have like a really positive attitude or something. I stop and I take the extra 30 seconds and I say, hey, I really appreciate your attitude. I really appreciate your behavior because especially this late at night, it's really hard to be awake.
Like
so
the only one, or it's like him and another or her and another person.
Yeah, and it catches them off guard. I'm like, oh, like hey, thank you. I'm like, hey, no problem. Like thank you for being.
They don't run into that. They don't run into that. I feel like even just talking for someone for too long, they're like, okay, what do you want? You must want something because you're talking to me and you're spending all this extra time.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. It's
and
like
it's just
what?
like, yo, I'm here for conversation, man. I'm just here to, we can't talk. I guess you can't. I don't know.
Whereas
Maybe not
down in
here.
Texas, you can sit down with anybody and they'll
Yeah,
talk to you
chit
all
chat.
day.
I guess it just depends on like the topic you want to discuss with them when you're. I don't know.
I guess so.
I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty much it though, man.
Yeah, I definitely love to hear more about it and see where this goes.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I'll have some more for you. But yeah, go ahead. What's your thing? What's your topic?
Oh man, all right. So mine. So let's see. State of Wisconsin on February 7th, 2000. Was it? Wait, it's not even just the state of Wisconsin. I think New York also does this, but it's about states wanting to move to debit cards for child support versus just like bank transfer or like cash. Hey, here's the 500 this
the
week.
900 for Junior.
Yeah. And some people are against it. Now, when I say that, yes, it is going for like me saying I am for it, but I just right. So right off the rip, like, what would you think about that? Like, so let's say you were in that situation, would you want, and you're the one paying, would you want it to be on a debit card? That means your partner or ex-partner now has the debit card, and that now you can see everything. Well, now you don't have to see, but you can have it brought up.
I would want to see. Definitely like a transaction. If we were to do the debit card, I want access to the account. And I want to see what are you buying, how often you're going to the stores, what you're using it on. I know it can very easily be manipulated too to make it look like, oh, it just says
I
Target.
pulled out 200 at ATM.
It just says Target. Oh well, yeah, that too. And then obviously, one's mind can only assume the worst or think of like, oh well, you put out $200-300.
Wait, why is the ATM at the Minx? What the hell?
Yeah, right. I mean, you see, you see like Target, and they can easily lie and be like, hey, oh yeah, we went to Target for toiletries necessities, and yeah, they're over here.
Say walk out with new AirPods.
Walk out with new AirPods. It doesn't say exactly what it is, at least on my account. Yeah, I don't think anybody's.
So a lot of people are. So I think us being on this side, being guys.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them will see it that way, but I've also seen I've seen a few interviews and a few other shows like news crews talking about it where they, was it The View? I think it was The View. Don't quote me on that one. I'll double check myself. But there's a panel of women, and they I think only one of them. Most of them, they were like, well, what about like, I want to. One was saying, hey, that's awesome. Yeah, I can see the transactions and this, and this. But also, what if I want to get my nails done? I want to get my hair done. It's like, hold on. Like, this isn't.
I'll be honest here.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind every once in a while to pay for my daughters or sons. Well, I don't know, not their nails, but
to be your kid.
My kid. Hey, Dad, I want some new shoes. I'm gonna use the money that you sent. Yeah, that's cool. That's what it's for.
The kid, though. But what about the mom? The mom goes and gets.
If she's working right, I would say, hey, like, look, you're working as well. We're separated now. Things are different.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're divorced, right? I'm giving you child support. That's for them.
Yeah.
And yeah, food, toiletries, necessities. I understand that.
Education, probably.
Education. Hey, we're gonna download this app. It's gonna help them with I don't know, math. It's like a math tutor on the app, whatever.
I mean, I don't know. Just sports, maybe. Hey, he joined football this year, or he joined cheer.
I can understand that too. I'm a bit supporter of all that, but like to see every weekend we're going out to eat, we're going to Texas Roadhouse, we're going to, I don't know, Cheesecake Factory. Like, yo, chill out with that. Like,
so you're saying would you be okay with her using some of that money on herself once in a while?
No, man, probably not, because if she's working, if she wasn't working.
Yeah. So I'm my example right now. I'm thinking is think of the worst person. Think of those like examples, like really crappy examples of the woman who just takes the money and uses it on literally anything else except the child.
I would initially, bro. I don't know. I'm not really. I'm just going off of a quick answer because I don't want to think about it too much and put too much. I don't want to contextualize it too much
Yeah.
because I don't really like those answers where it's like, well, it depends on this and that, and are they working? Are they not? Do they have a man? Do they not? Or do they have a whatever?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say, look, man, that's strictly for the child. You can go out and work. Pay for your own stuff.
Some people say
trying.
they can't.
I'm trying to help them out.
Yeah.
Initially, but it's not just a free because what is she gonna do? She's gonna need her needs fulfilled too. She's gonna be out with probably dating other men too, if she is go looking for that. So they can pick up on that. Like, yo, I'm not gonna be a fool, dog. Like,
well, you have those celebrity breakups or celebrity divorces where they're paying millions. Who was it? T-Pain. No, it wasn't T-Pain. It was
no, Kanye West is paying.
No, Kanye West is probably paying an insane amount of money that we can't even think of right
Dude,
now.
I know, man.
Man, Ice Cube.
I ain't gonna be helping them neither, bro. I don't buy Yeezys, dog.
Oh my goodness! Like I'm blanking so hard on this rapper's name. DMX. He went broke. I mean, he wasn't the best at finances either, but
yeah.
At one point he went broke because of his child support. Everything he was going to child support.
Dude, crazy. I don't know. I'm just not gonna be played the fool, bro. Like, cause I'll tell you right now, if this were to happen to me right now, my woman has a job, and she's definitely very beautiful enough, still young, you know, to attract another man with money, young enough to have, a child,
young enough to start over new and be able.
She still has time. Like she's not, I mean, she's not that up there in age, bro. Where she's just like, oh, well, you know what, like. I don't know if I can build a family with her. Like, she can definitely still pull a guy that meets her criteria.
Yeah.
And, he can pick up on that, too. I'm here for my child. I'm going to support my child in any way that I can. That would be me. But, yeah, for the mom to, like, hey, I'm going to use it to pay for our nails, our hair, our outfits. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I think there should be a hard line. And with a lot of things, it's uncomfortable. But there should be a hard line, and even if they disagree out there, I think there should be a hard line. Like, no. And if you need help with something else that doesn't involve the child's support, right, to support the child, then talk with your ex. Talk with them. Hey, I understand you gave me money for child support, but hey, the bills are going through. Hey, I need a little bit extra to make for the car this month. You should be able to have that conversation. I get it. Most divorces are pretty messy and pretty ugly at that.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with that though, man, and that's one thing you got to understand, man, like with marriage, even afterwards, the divorce, if it's obviously easier if you don't have any kids at all, but if you do, you're still going to be dealing with that other individual, man.
Yeah,
like,
if
they
you
don't just go away.
If you still have to deal with them, you don't want to deal with them, then just settle with the attorney. Set the hard line, all right? Visiting hours are only this, and don't try to make anything else out of it. Because now you're just inviting trouble, right? If it's already been settled in court for you by people you've paid money for this stuff, don't try and make drama for yourself. That's my mentality of it. It's like, why would you want that for yourself? I just don't get it. But I'm all for it. I think definitely should, and I think there should be some kind of audit where, like, all right, after a year or two, like, all right, hey, let's bring it up. Let's let the lawyers look at the chart. The charges on the card.
I would
is
say
everything fair?
Every 6 months a monitor, and it can be I would say, hey, you can take the person paying can decide to, hey, we can take off the monitor. I trust this individual now, but
I think there should be a receipt. If it's gonna be used for anything else other than,
I would like to
just for the child, then they should be able to submit a receipt of, like, all right, $600 went to their summer school, and here's an invoice for it.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's
you get an email like, hey, would you like to? Here's your bank statement view for da 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 da.
Yeah.
And it lives out. Okay, cool. All right, cool. That's a subscription. That's okay. They went here. All right, cool. All right, that's fine with me. But most people are different. I know some probably hardcore dudes are probably like, no, if we're gonna do this, I want to go with you. I'm gonna see that you are doing this. I don't know.
I've had to support some people who've helped my family. They're family friends, not actual blood family, but they're family friends. I treat them like family too, and I feel bad too when I'm like, they're like, hey, I need some help with groceries this month. Anything you can help with? I'm like, yeah, no problem, but I need you to, and I feel horrible for asking for it. It's a hard thing to ask. It is, but I'm like, I need you to send me a receipt after you're done.
Absolutely, man.
And I did feel horrible. I did feel horrible at the time, but it's like I need to ask because I don't know that person like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that they've helped my family out a lot, so I want to help them for sure. But I just don't know if I can just hand them $200 like that. And this person, like I've met them before. Honestly, I do care for her a lot, especially for what she's helped my family with. But like I said, I've only met her been face to face with her a handful of times. And she does seem genuine. She told me some of her story, but again, like there's always people who will try to snake a story in, and you don't know.
They play the long game, man. They play the long game. They're like, all right, well, we're gonna do this for like we're gonna ride out for like 2 years, and then we'll go ahead and see like when he will stop asking for receipts or stop checking in so often. So I don't know, bro. It's definitely something to keep your eye on, but scary though.
I don't know, it's a whole that's a whole topic. And then another thing that's been brought up too was spouse support that I don't really hear too much about. I don't really hear too much about. I don't think spouse support should be a thing. If you can work, you can work.
You mean if you can walk, you can work, or just in general, you can walk, you can work, you can work.
Yeah, you can work, you work. Because we live in a day and age where you're not, using, what's that manual labor. Not everything's manual labor anymore. Anyone can find a job in tech. Anyone can find a job in tech. You don't need to be a hardcore programmer. You can literally just be a help desk from home. Anyone can work.
Makes it so easy now, dog. Yeah. I agree. I just think that like most people probably might be intimidated because of the title. And they're like, oh, well, you know what? That probably involves school, this, that. I don't have any of those credentials. I'm just not even gonna do it then. Yeah. It's like, yo, at least give it a shot. Give it some try, man.
There are companies starving for people, dude. They will pay for your school. They'll pay for everything.
Yep. As long as you even probably tell them like, hey, I'm planning on going for my Security Plus. Hired, bro. Hired.
Yeah, like, okay, cool. Come here. Stay with us for 4 or 5 years. We'll pay for it for you.
Dude, perfect example. C Pops, Dwayne Horde, shout out Horde.
Living in San Antonio right now.
Yeah, I know, living it up where I'm supposed to be. But anyways, dog, he just told his place like, yo, I'm planning on getting this cert. At the time, he already got them, but at the time he was like, yeah, I'm going for them. Currently, I take the exam. Hired. Just say no more. Pal.
Oh my, yeah. When he visited, when he came visit us, yeah. And he's like, what is he, cloud computing right now? Or he's working with cloud systems?
He's working with Google Cloud, right? He's like on their engineering team, bro.
That's insane. I remember us working together and him having to learn IT and me teaching him IT.
Right? Yeah.
And now that he's making I say solid living for himself now.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome to see.
He's doing good. I went in when I went home in August, went by the crib and I was just like, yo.
You went to his crib?
It was his crib, yeah. Nice, bro. Nice little subdivision. Yeah,
dude deserves it, man. He went through some stuff while he was over
everybody
here.
Does I granted there are a few that like, hey, I had an easy C tour this time around.
That's good for them.
Not to say that the next time won't be rough though.
Yeah.
You never know. You got to take it when you can. That's the way I look at it.
Secret wins when you can.
Yeah. But yeah. You have anything else to add on that topic?
No, that was just. I just thought it was interesting how some people disagree with it. If you got nothing to hide, you shouldn't be worried about that. You should be able to show your receipts.
I think people just want to not hide, but just like, you know what? I don't want you to have to 24/7 surveillance over that. And they feel like, yo, you're smothering me too much with that.
No, I think they just on the very minute thing. I think they just disagree on the it's been a hard month. Sure, I've worked this month, but I'm gonna just dip in my hand a little bit, just go out, have a nice dinner. It's like, no,
I deserve it. Like, what?
Like, no, you don't. If you do deserve it that much, then hey, take me off the child support. Obviously, doing well enough for yourself.
No. I deserve like to use your funds, like with the child support money or whatever. But
that's all going. And if the kids already got new shoes and new clothes and it's all good, and guess what? Save it for college.
Save up for something else. You never know.
Birthday,
man.
Christmas, or
get them something nice or like, hey,
or an emergency. How about that?
Emergency, whatever, right? Yeah. You can use a million different things, man. But I'm totally with that. With you can always rainy days, man.
Yeah.
Going away, college present. Hey, we got you
Or the car.
Yeah, a
Okay.
down payment on the car at least,
Ooh,
send you off
that'd
to
be
college
nice,
and
man.
and then they go on and like, hey, my parents, even though divorced, they have a good story to tell. Very
Yeah.
inspirational, dog. Like we still made it work. So, but
Well, I think there's just some. I think this two topic's pretty great.
yeah,
There's a lot to digest on, especially the what's going on with the Andrew Tate right now. So there's gonna be a lot to hear here soon.
yeah, no, I'm telling you, bro, I'm gonna be following it. We're about to when we get done, even at the gym, bro, when we're doing the cardio, I'm gonna be like, whew, reading it, watching the videos. You
Yeah.
won't see me.
You lost me at cardio.
Oh man, yeah, I know. We're here with the donuts chilling. Donuts on the table chilling.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to go burn this stuff off. So until next time, like,
Comment.
subscribe. Those of you that do want to come on, yo, look at all this.
Yeah,
real
let us
estate.
know. Shoot a comment. Shoot us a
Yeah,
message. Shoot us an email.
If you're in the area of Groton, New London, Waterford, Gales Ferry, Norwich, Connecticut,
Yeah, it is-
come on.
Also, it doesn't have to be just like topics we've covered so far, right? Hey, if you're an up and coming musician out here
Yeah.
in New England, if you're up and coming
Whatever.
something, let us know. We want to hear.
Student in, I don't know, Providence, Hartford, you just want to come on. I don't know. You can bring a topic. We'll all talk about something, and yeah, we'll make it work very soon. Hopefully, to be hearing from you guys. Yeah, just comment. I don't know. We'll exchange numbers some way.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together.
We'll get there. We'll let them. Shelby will screen them first. and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
see
we'll
if they're
See what they're about.
see what they're about. Make sure they're 100% able to come. They're
Yeah.
not crazies. So
Yeah.
yeah. But all right. Until next time. See you guys.